Welcome to Fargo Talks Fargo, a podcast about stuff and hot dogs. And I kind of like doing the opening word. No, I'm just kidding.
This is a podcast about hot dogs?
No, Fargo Talks
totally
Fargo is a
prepared.
podcast about the FX original television series Fargo. It's the unofficial podcast on the official television show Fargo. By me and my buddy Charpie. Hi, Charpie.
Hi.
Well rested? Good weekend? Long weekend?
Long weekend. We had a nice little vacation there. I went camping.
Oh, and by the way, Fargo Talks Fargo is sponsored by alcohol.
Just the industry in general.
Yep, we do our best. We've decided to be not exclusive. We want to be inclusive. Everybody's welcome.
Everybody's in.
Except for you schnapps. Suck it. Nobody likes you. Holy shit on a stick.
Peppermint or cinnamon schnapps, I think, was the first alcoholic drink I've ever had.
Really?
That seems pretty
I like how
normal, right?
I've just realized I've completely ruined all show openings for you. This is how we get into like large digressions about summer sausages. By the way, I was at the grocery store and I almost like took this whole picture of this whole giant log of Serve-A-Lot. Serve-A-Lot with a C, Serve-A-Lot. Because that's the stuff I remember that was really bun size. Yeah, okay. You know what?
We'll do a whole Curve-A-Lot.
Stay tuned for Charpie and I's next podcast called Sausage, Get It in Your Mouth.
You know what we should make instead of a hot dish? Did you make a hot dish tonight? You didn't, did you? You didn't make a hot dish.
I just opened a beer, man. We suck at a lot of stuff.
I made a homemade pizza. That's a hot dish of sorts. You know what we should make instead, which will be easier and just as delicious? We should make those... what do you call them? The little like pinwheel things that is like, it's like cream cheese and pickle and like salami and it's rolled up.
Oh, Jesus. I can't remember what they're called because I hate pickles, so I hate them.
Oh, you don't like those. Those are delicious.
No.
You suck.
In my opinion, pickles are what's wrong with the world.
But you like
By the way,
salty things. You like vinegary things. You like cucumbers. Not that
no, I don't. I do not like cucumbers. You don't know me. God.
I actually didn't like cucumbers up until a couple of years ago.
I was honestly worried you were going to say you didn't like me up until a few years ago.
That's probably true, too. Until I moved away from Fargo and then I started liking you. I was like, Bill's kind of tolerable now that I don't have to see him every day.
Yeah. Oh, God. 3 minutes in almost, and we ain't got shit going on. Hey, what I was trying to do with my thing is pickles are what's wrong with the world. I was trying to segue us into Season 3, Episode 7, The World is Wrong. You syphilitic floozy, Charpie. You syphilitic floozy. So, yeah, I could turn millions into thousands. What's the math there? Okay. Hot dish. We're doing the hot take. Because I feel like there's so many things we could talk about. There's so much. This was a fast-paced, scene-switching episode. Did you feel that?
I felt it.
Boom. Scene.
It felt intense because we're coming hot off that last episode, and we know shit's about to go down. We're expecting it. We're bracing ourselves. Shit's flying all around. We don't know who's dropping next. We don't know what to do with ourselves. What are we gonna do? Everybody loves Ray. Everybody? Okay, so that's what that show's about.
So I am going to say
quick,
this.
I'm going to stop you. If you are just tuning into this podcast now, this is the hot dish. This is our quick take on the show, on FX's show, Fargo. This is just our quick reaction. We will have our full briefing or our full analysis later in the week. There are spoilers. So if you haven't seen episode 7, right?
Yep.
Don't listen to this. Download it.
They know by now. They know.
Well,
4 minutes in, and now we're getting to the spoilers. Great.
Not everybody starts at season 1.
Okay, so
episode 1. I mean, God damn. I'm high strung right now. It's like 60,000 degrees in my apartment.
Here are the actual words I typed. We opened on the first Noel. We see Emmett. Blah blah blah. Eventually, we get to Ray's house, and I typed. Dead Ray on the floor. Looks like Jacob Marley, a la Ebenezer Scrooge, Winnie and Gloria shit. And then all the way to the end, I'm just going for this. All the way at the end. Oh, God, where the hell is it? There's a part where he talked about Ebenezer. where the hell was it? He was like, the world is, oh shit, I was going to pull this up. I should have, if I could only highlight this crap. He's talking about blame the money. It's the people, the losers when he comes to the Bear's Den, right? Yeah, the Bear's Den.
The Bear's Den.
Like, yeah, and he's like, and he talks about it's Ebenezer, and I was like, God damn it, it's Ebenezer Scrooge. Just saying. Very Jacob Marley, Ebenezer Scrooge, and then they actually use Ebenezer. Mm-hmm. Tell me something. Hot take.
Okay, hot take. Here we go.
So we get Nikki back and forth. She loses her calico jacket for a while, but boy, I'm still getting cat vibe from her with these boots, and she's always curled up in this little like kitty ball.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yes, not really. I didn't know. I'm gonna say no. I mean, I did notice her boots. There's a lot of feet shots, a lot of foot shots in this season, especially when people are being interrogated. We seem to always be, the camera always seems to be showing the feet of those who are being questioned.
I want to know why. Because we've talked about it from the first moment of episode 1, season 3.
Yep. And so we saw that with the whole Berlin thing. We saw it again in the Stussy Limited headquarters. And we're seeing it now in this interrogation room. We're seeing it all over the place. I don't know what the deal is with that. However, speaking of Nikki, she's weirding me out now. Her reaction to the photograph of Ray is totally different than the character she's been playing up to this point. So maybe people were right. Maybe the theories were correct that she has been sort of putting on an act for Ray this entire time. What do you think about that?
I'm with you only 30%, 35%.
She was stone cold when she saw that. How could you not? I mean, are you equating that to shock or what?
I think that we learned through some things that maybe we missed before or that I didn't remember that she's not on parole for some misdemeanor bullshit. She's a felon. They mentioned that she's got a felony. And I feel like it's not her first time, and I think she knows the rules and the way things shake down, and she's on full guard. You know what I mean?
So she's been through this before, and now she's on guard because she knows there's a hit on for her next.
She knows somebody is after her, whether it's people who actually know she did nothing or the people who are framing her for nothing. Or you know what I mean? Like she's in danger no matter which way she goes, and the only way to play it is stone cold. And I feel like if you rewatch that scene, we'll rewatch it. There's a moment where she glances down, but you can just see where I felt like in my quick glance was she looked at it and then she's like, nope, I'm not going to look at this. I'm going to push it away. And then when she eventually picked the picture back up, she was looking at other things in the scene. I felt like she was trying to verify what was going on.
Yeah. Did you
was that real? Is that him?
It seemed like her eyes were focused. Excuse me. Seemed like her eyes were focused on whatever was underneath the dresser. There was a little thing underneath the dresser.
Something.
Which I cannot rewind and go back and look at right now, but I'm looking forward to later.
Nature of that TV. Okay, I'm going to also pat myself on the back because you won't remember to. I feel like I called it really early, like this whole Deputy Doofus leaving his gun in the car. Remember when I talked about it when he went into the library, like in my very early notes, where I was like, that's going to be a thing, this forgetting my gun moment. And it finally came home to roost. But I think we can talk about this in greater detail because Hotdish, dude, we're blowing through this. We're fully rested and excited. But the Yuri in the library scene.
Yeah, sponsor.
But that library scene, man, that was full-blown Nepravda.
That is full-blown Nepravda. You're right.
You asked, I left. I'm not here. And he's like, you think you see me, your eyes are lying. You know, and then he mumbled a Russian word I didn't capture. I'm going to have to pick it. And he's just like, pick up the gun, go back to reading. No, just, now go. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. Wow.
I really wish he'd wear that wolf hat
more,
like, the entire time. I wish I want to wear that the entire time. I should just walk around in that like it's normal on a daily basis.
I like the idea that he's fashions himself as this animal, and I feel like that's where I'm still stuck with Nikki being a cat, and he's hunting this other animal, and I don't know if he wants to get her at her to play with her or whatnot, because, okay, wait, now we're going to get too far.
I want to see him on a mission to, like, murder somebody and then get distracted by a squirrel.
Yeah. Because I think what we're going to, so we got to cover a couple things, too, that I want people to think about before next week.
Okay.
Chime in, send us emails, podcast@fargotalksfargo.com. We're on Twitter @FargoTalksFargo or on Facebook at facebook.com/FargoTalksFargo. I still feel like
you're signing us homework?
Well, because I want people to chime in because we're going to have these days. I'd actually love to hear more because this is one of those things. What is with the goddamn bear? They keep showing the bear. We see the bear hovering. We do this thing. We're at the bear's den, that entryway bear.
The bear is Ruby Goldfarb. She's been sneaking her way into the Stussy Foundation or Stussy Corporation this entire time. She's been roosting, waiting to take it over.
I like what you do sometimes, but I don't agree. I'm trying to figure out why they were superimposing that bear when there was that because they love symmetry in Fargo, that staircase, that grand staircase, and then eventually they overlay in superimposition that bear and Emmett. Like he's the bear, the bear's inside. I don't know. I'm making too much into this. I gotta.
No, there's definitely. No, I agree, though. There's definitely something to that bear that we haven't cracked yet, because there has been focus on it throughout the season, and it's obviously there for a purpose. That bear specifically in Emmett's house, I assume wasn't just something that they just lucked out on in terms of making it like an interesting set, which we do know is the case for the Bear's Den. The Bear's Den just happened to have like those great reliefs. However, maybe they were looking for a place that could have something like that, and they struck gold when they walked into the Bear's Den. But the one that's in Emmett's house is there for a reason. I think you're totally right, but we haven't seemed to crack that, and I would love to get like more minds on this.
Yeah. And so also just the awkwardness of him showing up, but and on the complete side of bears and strength in this staircase, right? We see this huge staircase. I feel like we're going too deep for the Hotdish, but that staircase is so glorious at his house. We've seen it all the time, and we finally see Sai's house. And did you notice that he's literally just got this tiny 6 steps up to it, but it's just the staircase on the left side of that scene is only like a few steps up, like maybe 4 or 5 steps up to this scene, and what we find out is that not only are the shackles off and that he's not who he is, he in that moment where he just says the world is wrong, right? Is that what he says?
Yeah, something to that tune. I kind of wanted to just, for the first time ever, I kind of wanted to give Sai a big old hug.
Exactly. And I was just like, holy shit, you're the most human person on this show right now. What just happened? And the world is wrong. For Pete's sake, hon, what's wrong? And he says, the world is wrong. And it's just like, oh my God, this Hummer driving ass canoe is, by the way, I've taken 3 more pictures of Hummers in town. I need a post. I don't know what is happening in actual real Fargo, North Dakota, but there was one parked in front of my goddamn office today, and it looked like new.
Are they all yellow?
Another one was yellow that I was driving next to, and then there was another one that was maroon with like this big grill. I don't know. I didn't see the guy. I couldn't see him. It was like his tiny penis was blocking everything about him. It was a micro penis thing.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Anyway, and then just a very, very serious juxtaposition from Sai. And I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to bring it up. We're going to talk about it in the full breakdown. I'm not going to do... Because I feel like he had a moderate soliloquy where he got to launch off a long statement, and then so did Emmett, right? At the restaurant when Winnie came. He really, that's where he did that Ebenezer-y thing where it's like don't blame the money, it's the people, they're sore losers. And I think that it's an Ebenezer thing because I don't know if he's going to see ghosts. I think he's going to see the people around him die. Mark my words.
That's,
do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, Ebenezer Scrooge, he's visited upon by 3 ghosts, and right now he's got a dead brother. I think they're going to kill Sai and somebody else. I don't understand.
Yeah, Sai's days are numbered. That is for show.
Yeah, because he just revealed himself to be human.
Yep. So that's the writers giving making us have some empathy for him so that they can just take him out and be jerks like that. For sure. Size got to go.
Give me some Hotdish on... Oh, man, it's been 15 minutes already.
Dude,
we got to wrap this thing up.
How about freaking road trip guy? What is
Road Trip guy?
The guy from the movie Road Trip.
Oh, cool. Thank you. I was just wondering... Yeah, lanky, skinny dude who... Yeah.
That guy,
like,
dude, so much has come out of nowhere. This episode has had two of my favorite scenes this season. The first was, and this is not about Road Trip guy, but the first was Nikki's reaction to Ray's photograph. That was one of my favorites just because it caught me off guard. I didn't know what to think. It got me thinking, things like that. The second, probably my favorite moment of the season so far, you know what it is. Mr. Wrench. That was so fucking awesome.
Plus, dear Jeff Russo.
Yeah.
Your use of just fun and exciting percussion is always rewarding for me. It is the Star Wars Emperor theme. It is everything to me for Fargo. Almost more than that. Those drums almost mean more because there's some sort of just fucking badassery connected to them. Whereas the thematic orchestral element is more of a pace, tone, and universe.
Yeah, Jeff Russo, who does the score of Fargo, and if you have been listening with us all through seasons 1 and 2, you've probably heard our interviews with him. If you are just listening to us now this season, I recommend going back and checking out. We have a couple interviews with Jeff. They're fairly interesting, but his use of using the score to introduce characters has been awesome. It hasn't started with just the Peter and the Wolf story. It's been going on throughout the entire show, which has been really fun and really awesome play. So check that out if you haven't. It's awesome. But that was awesome when we started hearing that, and then the camera slowly pans over and you see Mr. Wrench. Hell yeah. Mr. Wrench.
Yeah. Russell Harvard.
That was so cool. Like, this guy's been around it. I don't want to give any spoilers for past seasons because I know some people are starting with season 3 because they know that this is like anthology based. Mr. Wrench is a character from the past. I'll just leave it at that.
He's a character from season 1.
Yeah.
When that slow pan started and I saw the corner of that brown jacket, though, I was like, and it was,
And then that
I knew it was going to be somebody.
And then,
I knew it was going to be somebody from a different season. I knew it wasn't going to be like a new character that we were like, oh.
But that's what reminded me of it, is like Road Trip Guy reminded me of Mr. Wrench because we do have new characters kind of now we're at episode 7 here. We have to find out who the hell this Road Trip Guy is. We have to find out how Wrench has gotten where he is. We know that he could have been...
I'm laughing at that. I just love that you call him Road Trip Guy, as if it's like the only thing he's ever been in is the movie Road Trip, or that's the only movie Charpie.
I've seen him in.
It's the only thing Charpie remembers.
What do you remember?
There was another movie he was in that was like...
Oh, you don't remember.
Else.
You don't remember. Is that what you're going to call him? The guy from that other movie that you don't remember?
I don't know. He's just like I'm the guy who's skinny and kind of awkward looking, and somewhere in this, a beautiful girl might give me a smoochie.
Yeah. So we have to find out how they're coming back. We know that Mr. Wrench, without trying to give away too
4 years later,
details.
too.
Yeah, we know he could have possibly been... well, no, I don't want to go into it because I don't want to give spoilers for past seasons. I loved how. Go ahead, because you got something to say.
I just want to make a quick case to people. I know you know, and I know, but this is where we're supposed to be offering local stuff. There is a Minnesota State Correctional Facility. Just a heads up, Mr. Wrench. If you don't want to hear this, skip ahead 30 seconds about season 1. Mr. Wrench, obviously didn't get killed.
Nope.
And there is a Minnesota correctional facility in St. Cloud. Have you driven by the prison? I mean, it's right on Highway 10.
Yes, I have.
So it is not a foregone thing that he would be in a state correctional facility.
Right, it is right there.
In St. Cloud. I don't know what type of prisoners they tend to house there or not, but it's there. If you drive by, it's been there for, oh God, I don't know. I mean, it's been there for 100 years, I bet. I guarantee it.
Oh, that's a long time.
Well, have you seen the wall? I mean, it's like super, super old now. Oh, fuck this. Long Hotdish. Just Google Minnesota Department of Corrections, and then I love how, it's like not too far from the University of Minnesota St. Cloud.
Cool.
Offenders,
is that a feature?
Mental health, drug abuse, blah, blah, blah. I'm skimming. Originally built in 1889, is the oldest facility in the Minnesota DOC system.
Wow.
Bango. So it is over 100. Just trust me, it's when you drive by and you see the outer walls on the interstate, it's really like Shawshanky. You know, it's not like shit concrete. It's like, if I remember correctly, last time I drove by, it's got like paved, like stone, not like field stone kind of stuff, but it's cool. Except for the people there. It's totally not cool. Anyway, I'm sorry, I derailed, but it's great. So I'm just saying that this character, had he been busted in the area, there's a very serious probability he could have been housed in a Minnesota correctional facility.
That's true. So that
and this hot dish is over 20 minutes long.
So that scene where we get introduced to Mr. Wrench, and shit goes awry, the bus tips over, and the wolf starts freaking grinding his way into that bus. That was probably one of my favorite moments this season. Definitely my favorite cliffhanger, specifically because of Mr. Wrench. But we also the score played a big part for me, coming back to Jeff Russo, because we started going a little bit into the score, that rendition that Jeff did, that ended up moving into their him and Noah Hawley's version of what's it called?
You're killing me. Well, it's not the Go to Sleep, Little
Ship of Fools.
Thank you. Ship of Fools. From this season, you mean?
Yes. So we kind of went right. We were slipping back into that same score that was behind their singing of Ship of Fools, which I thought was cool because I freaking love their version of that. I've been listening to it on YouTube lately, the past couple of days.
I don't know where to go.
I think that's it.
I'm a little concerned thinking about this now that you've talked to me about Nikki and Yuri's face, like almost like he was retrieving a toy or a partner.
Yeah,
he wasn't menacing. He wasn't menacing as he's wearing the wolf thing and grinding out this cage, and
he was like happy.
We need to rewatch.
So it's like, I mean, who is he after? Because I mean, you could presumably think he was after Nikki, but
what if
Nikki
he didn't hit her
Wrench,
face because he knows her?
Right. She's an accomplice, which has been
or maybe they're just of a criminal element.
She's part of the corporation.
Okay, last comment.
But then there's Wrench in there, so he could be going after Wrench. But is he going after both? Like, is it just a coincidence that Nikki was in there? Is it a coincidence that Wrench was in there? Is he really going to get both? Are they all teammates?
USA, USA, Oh, maybe you can see me fist pump. And I'm drinking a Surly Overrated. It's got a very thematically like 4th of July feel.
So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I mean, there's been theories since like episode 2 or something that she has been on Varga's side this entire time.
Or just we're not sure. Yeah.
That would be fun. I mean, they're out there. I think people email them to us. This is going to be crazy.
Exciting. So I need to analyze this show more. There's so many little things going on outside of the syphilitic floozy, and that goddamn bear. I will be recording from Chicago on Sunday.
So,
good tip. Please don't do it with your headset in a shitty lounge.
I'm bringing all my shit.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, because then we'll have to deal with the strangeness that is the fact that I will be in South Dakota next week on Wednesday. So we're cool because we travel. We know what airplanes are like. So I don't know, Charpie. I think that's got to be it. I think this is a long hot dish. Sorry. Thanks for hanging in with us. There was some salami and meat talk and whatever
it's
else.
All good. You
brought up. So we're so happy to have you guys here. Don't forget, tell us what you think is going on if you can between now and Sunday when we're going to do the big breakdown. At Fargo Talks Fargo on Twitter, Facebook.com/Fargo Talks Fargo on Facebook, and you can email in at podcast@FargoTalksFargo, or you can reach out to Charpie at CHARP as in poopy IE, or you can reach out to me Bill at LEM as in Mary, P as in poopy E. And you can tag us all. That's fine. We don't care. Just drop us a line. We're always happy to hear from you guys. And on top of that, I'll say that we're going to talk about too is, man, Mo Dammick. That guy is like a super sleuth climate denier of criminal minds.
That was a perfect way to describe him because that's where I wanted to go next. All right.
He's like, fuck your theories. Oh, come on. And man, just glass ceiling for women.
Yep.
Anyway,
we'll get into it later.
We're gonna do it. Oh my god! As I wrote that, I scrolled through my notes and I actually have a line that says, "Two dude assholes overrule women. Lame." Sometimes I like reading through my notes because I'm typing while I'm not looking at the screen. It's so bad. Sometimes I don't know what I typed either. But all right, Charpie. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you. Well, you'll be in Chicago. I will still be here in sunny and lovely Fargo, North Dakota on Sunday when we record the full breakdown of our show. So thanks for listening, you guys, and drink some more beer.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. Bye now.
Bye now.